Hello and welcome back to Dividend Growth UK. I'm David. My whole investment ethos is in dividend paying stocks and growing my portfolio to a point where the income from those dividends can replace my salary. I do this by taking advantage of the UK's two most powerful tax-free wrappers, the ISA and the SIPP. In this episode I'm going to be talking about the yield floor that I have set for both my ISA and my SIPP. So every stock I buy has to clear a yield bar first. For the ISA, that's 7% or higher. For the SIPP, it's 5%. However, it's not the only thing I look at. I've got my 4 questions too. Understand the business, predictable cash flow, dividend commitment, and will the business still matter in 20 years? But the yield is what gets the stock through the door in the first place. If it doesn't clear that bar, the 4 questions don't even come into play. Now this month, that rule forced a decision on one of my biggest ISA holdings. I started buying this one back in February 2025. Back then it was called Phoenix Group. It's since renamed to Standard Life. This wasn't a new company appearing, it's the same holding, just wearing its most recognised brand name now. Initially, I went in hard, very hard, £9,373. At the time, the yield was sitting at 9–10%, sometimes even higher. Now fast forward to today, after buying every month for 18 months, I'm holding 4,043 shares, with a book cost of £24,600. And current value at the time of recording this was £35,922. So far I've received £2,226 in dividends alone along the way, and that's a return of 9% just from the income so far. Whilst the rise in the share price is one of the strongest in the ISA, that's not the reason I bought this stock in the first place. But here's the catch. As the share price climbed, the yield compressed. At the time of recording this, Standard Life now yields 6.2%. And that is below my 7% floor, and that's the trigger. So I'd originally planned 12 months of £700 a month into this one, plus the odd extra buy whenever the price dropped on some bit of external news. Then from April this year, I brought that back to £400 a month. It was only when I sat down to look at my monthly allocations properly that the yield drop really hit me. I couldn't justify putting that much fresh ISA money into a 6.2% pair, when the rule I set myself says 7%. So I cut it again, £400 down to £100 a month. Now to be clear, I have absolutely no intention of selling Standard Life. This stays in the portfolio. The yield on cost is still strong because that's based on what I originally paid. But that's the past. New money has to work as hard as the rule demands. And right now, at this price, Standard Life isn't the place for it. My dividends land back in the ISA cash pot first. And every month, alongside that, I look at what's offering the best yield across the whole portfolio. That's where the money goes. Some months that might be a REIT. Some months an insurer. It moves. The only fixed rule is the floor it has to clear. This month that £300 went into primary health properties. PHP. Simple reason, at today's price, that's a yield of 7.8%. One of the highest available to me across my whole ISA. Same process as always. Yield catches my eye first, then the 4 questions. Do I understand the business? Is the income predictable? Is the dividend commitment real? Will this still matter in 20 years? PHP's been getting its own monthly purchase since I added it to the ISA back in April, with a yield on cost of 7.6 so far. So this wasn't a cold starter. It cleared the bar again this month, so it's got the money. So that's the honest version of how this works. I don't just buy high yield and hope, but I also don't sit and hold cash waiting for the perfect stock. I've got a floor, 7% for the ISA, 5% for the SIPP. And when a holding drops below it, the fresh money moves on. Even if the position itself stays. Standard Life's not going anywhere. It's still up over 50%, still paying great yield on what I have already put in. But going forward, that £300 a month is going to keep hunting for the best number on the board. And this month, that was PHP. So let me ask you, do you have a hard yield floor like this, or do you judge each buy on its own? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious how many of you run a hard rule versus case by case call. As always, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye now.